Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris MegaCorp. So sorry that this stream is starting late. I will try to make it up to you in the future because I do not care to be trying to stream this until about 1 in the morning, my time. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and stream this the usual till about midnight, so it's only going to be about an hour and 10 minutes or so, give or take. So we probably won't be declaring war on the Awakened Empire this part. But we shall see, because there's a couple things I want to do before we declare that war. Namely the fact that I'm going to want to build a couple of colony ships just to allow me to just hop right into colonizing these systems after I use my Colossus on them. So it looks like I'm going to want about 4, I believe. I believe this is a normal world, actually, that they took over from a neighbor. Same with this one. So I'm only really going to need 4 colony ships. Of course, we also need to get Drov built up, which is going to take a while. We do have Mars currently. Is Mars already being? Yeah, Mars is already going through the archaeology project. We'll probably turn Mars into our industry producing Ecumenopolis world. So yeah, we'll probably be just spending this part basically getting Drov built up and maybe finishing building up the 4th fleet. Which is going to take a while because I think the game wants to build the last battleship first, and we can't quite afford up another battleship. No, because they're 1444 each.
Transmission incoming. Discourse anticipated.
No, I already have one. Do you guys need... You do need workers. Well, lucky for you, Earth happens to have a spare worker. Can't really do anything to help Tekka. So Tekka's just gonna have to wait it out. But they'll be fine. Probably. Gotta buy more of those. We're gonna go ahead and kick that up a little. And same with the rare crystals. We're gonna sell a little bit more dark matter because we don't really need it, so why not? I will say that I wish that I could launch a decision that will allow buildings to be built faster. Of course, if I just research the texts that increase building build speed, then obviously we'd be building Drov up faster, but I don't build those, or I don't research that tech because it's not really needed, generally. Where is this world? Whoops. Yeah, this world we'll figure out what to do with it because I don't really need a forge world here anymore. I'll probably turn it into a mining and agricultural world potentially. But we'll figure it out. I am going to kick the game up to 2 speed, and let's go ahead and buy... Yeah, we'll spend about half of our stuff to buy more of those.
Construction complete.
Let's go ahead and upgrade the fortress, or the stronghold there, to a fortress. Gotta go and sell less food now too. Srensk. Are you doing? Yeah, you're fine on housing right now, so let's build you another agricultural district. You are maxed out, and you have a serious crime problem. Let's replace this with a precinct house. You also have a crime problem, so I have to upgrade your precinct house to deal with it. You need more workers. Let's go for another mining district. You also need more workers. I guess we can go with an agricultural district, sure. You have a bit of a crime problem, but it's not that big of a deal. Let's build a janitor district. You don't have a crime problem, so that's nice. Let's build another mining district. You are lacking amenities, and you have a bit of a crime problem, so let's get... Oh, no, you don't. Never mind. You have some low stability, but that's about it, and that's mostly just because of a lack of amenities. Build a commercial zone. Sure, you don't have one yet. You need a ruler. I cannot build anything here, I believe, that will actually help you there. So I think you're just going to be sort of shit out of luck. Well, I guess I could build a research institute. It's not super useful without a research lab. But it will get you the science director. Screw it, fine. We'll do that. You need housing. You also need more specialist jobs. So let's upgrade your civilian industry as well. But get the housing done first. More mining. Upgrade your planetary administration. That'll help out with the job problem a little as well. You have a serious crime problem, so you get a precinct house. You don't have a crime problem, but you do have some unemployed workers because the energy grid got destroyed somehow. Your guess is as good as mine as to the exact cause of that. Let's go and just upgrade your precinct house to a hall of judgment. You also still have a bit of a crime problem, and I can't really help you with the housing unless I build luxury housing, which I guess I could do, but I'd rather not, all things considered. Also, let's get a nanite transmuter there. You know, we'll just replace you with a city district, sure. And then our Forge World up here, it needs some housing, but I can't really do anything about that without replacing generator districts, which I'd rather not do. Well, at least right this second. How well developed is this world? Fairly. The reality is, though, I don't care for much of the stuff there, though I do like the crystal mine. Oh, 2 crystal mines. Okay, yep, this seems like it might be a pretty decent world to take over. Do I want to go ahead and spend the influence? Not like I'm really using it, although it's 127. I don't have that on hand. And I believe you take 5, isn't it? Yes, you take 5, I generate 4, which means I'll be losing 1. Don't know if I'd actually... I think I might run into an influence deficit of...
Construction finalized.
I think I might end up actually hitting 0 influence if I end up integrating them right this second. So we'll hold off, just to make sure. I was upgrading some stuff for additional anchorages, wasn't I? Yes. Let's go ahead and spend this money for the extra anchorages. Okay, you already have the Naval Logistics Lab, or whatever it is called. You don't. Okay, Naval Logistics Office, that's what it's called. And yeah, build the extra 2 anchorages. Build yours there, build yours there, also upgrade that. Build you 2 anchorages. Yep, and we're all out of alloys. Build 2 anchorages there.
Construction finalized.
You know what? Tekka, I'm just going to go ahead and send your unemployed specialist to work at Goralsk. And then upgrade one of the research labs. As a result of doing this, I will need to buy more strategic goods, or strategic resources rather. Well, more than likely.
Construction complete.
Pause for a second. Game stuttering for some reason or another.
Construction complete.
Still a crime problem here. Or excuse me, piracy. I don't know why I said crime. But we'll deal with that. You were being upgraded, I think, to get some additional hangar bays.
Construction complete.
Oh yes, did I already pay for you? Yes, I did. Okay. Where was the other place that I was looking at? Oh yes, it was Cirrus. Let's go ahead and upgrade you to a Star Fortress as well. Oh, and I can go ahead and sell more food, which is good. We'll go to 190.
Construction finalized.
You have job openings.
Construction complete.
There we go, and that should help to deal with the unemployment issues. Upgrade you to a precinct house. You don't have a crime problem, so we'll leave you as is with that. We will build a mineral purification plant.
Scientific progress attained.
Wonderful. I mean, I'm not really planning to use my armies much anymore, so it's not really a useful tech. But plus 5% food would be nice, because then I could sell more, even though it's sold for basically nothing. I think actually the price might have... No, I'm pretty sure it's gone down. I think it was hanging at around 70. Last time I actually looked at how much food was. But it's now down, yeah, to 55, 56. Yeah, it basically sells for nothing. But if I sell enough of it, I technically still make money. And it's not like it really costs me anything to produce food. Okay, you solve a crime problem, let's upgrade that. That would also deal with the unemployment. And you don't have a crime problem, but you do have an unemployment issue. So let's go ahead and upgrade. And you know what, do not want to go to 14. Let's jump that up to 8. And I need to buy more consumer goods as well. So let's up that at the same time.
Construction finalized.
Upgrade you to a star fortress. That's going to help deal with the crime problem, but not fully. But it did bring it down. At least a little. Continue building up you. You're almost done with all the destroyers. Which, I'll be honest, I don't know why I'm really bothering to build cruisers anymore, or excuse me, corvettes anymore. There's no reason, but whatever. You know what? Yeah, there really is no reason. Get rid of all your corvettes. I really think they're worthless at this point. They die far too quickly. So yeah, we'll sort of slowly move away from corvettes. As they die, we'll replace them with other classes, I believe. I think that's what we're going to do from now on.
Construction finalized. Construction complete.
That's probably going to be our strongest fleet for the time being. And you need a ruler, and I can't help you there because the game decided to move somebody else up there to take the science director job, leaving that guy still unemployed. So he's just gonna be shit out of luck. Let's get where the hell's the research lab? There it is. Okay. You don't have a crime problem, so I don't need to build those. You don't have a housing problem, so I don't need to build more city districts. I could build you a hydroponics farm. That'll give you some more farmer jobs, which will benefit from the plus 25% there. But I don't really care for that. Let's get you a commercial district because you're lacking one. Leave Drov as is until the... We'll build one foundry or ecology for now. Okay, they built a new thing here. So once they're done upgrading that, get me a precinct house.
Construction finalized.
Upgrade that and upgrade that. That won't fully deal with the the unemployment issue. What else can I build here to help with that? I guess I can just upgrade your mine. Or build you another mining district, screw it. And you get a city district.
Construction finalized.
I'm gonna pick the game up to fastest. There's just not much else to do right now while we wait. And resource output from workers and slaves. We don't have slaves, but the resource output from workers will help. That'll up our energy, food, and mineral production. Probably not by a ridiculous amount, but it will help.
Construction finalized.
Yeah, not a ridiculous amount. Although I do believe our consumer goods went up, but I think that's because we finished upgrading something else. Stop buying as many of those, buy more of those, and rare crystals. Kick up to selling an even 200 food a month.
Construction complete.
You still... Okay, you've got a housing problem as well. Let me just build you a city district. That'll help alleviate the problem for a while. Okay, your crime problem has gone away. And eventually these guys should decide to leave. Yeah, let's upgrade your civilian fabricator. You have nothing, so resettle you to Drov. Same with the unemployed guy on Earth. Because Drov's going to need more workers, so why not? So we currently make 320 alloys a month. Still 320. Drov will finish its foundry arcology in a moment, before the month ticks over, and all 5 of those people will immediately move to working there along with a handful of workers. And we go from 320 to 365.
Scientific progress attained.
Doesn't sound significant, admittedly. I really, you know, yeah, let's get the building costs down. But that's partly an issue of Drov is still not considered a foundry world, so it doesn't get plus 5% to output there. We also have a bit of a crime problem, which isn't helping. So we're making 4.4 alloys a month per person there. We're at 4.6 on Earth, although I think Drov is also still lacking the... Drov does not have the Ministry of Production yet either. Let's get that built once the strong... you know what, get the Ministry of Production done first. And, you know what, no, get the Hall of Judgment done first, then the Ministry of Production, then the Stronghold can go back to being worked on.
Construction finalized.
If I was sitting on a massive production of alloys, or, well, just a massive stockpile even, I would probably actually swap out the first fleet, get rid of all its corvettes. I don't believe you get any money back when you disband ships, so it's not really worth it for us. We might as well get our use out of the ones we've already built. Well, presumably I may not actually need to upgrade the hall of production if I upgrade the capital complex building. So let's go ahead and upgrade the colonial capital. And maybe that'll help deal with the crime problem on Drov.
Construction complete.
Okay, that should be your last battleship. Where are you right now in terms of... Yeah, you're already at 51.2.
Transmission incoming. Discourse anticipated.
No. I'm not doing non-aggression packs. I'm not doing defensive packs. If you want anything from me, you either become my vassal or you get left alone. So 5.1, that should kick you up to... Why did I say 5.1? It was 51. So 51 up to 55.
Construction complete.
Okay, the piracy problem there has been dealt with.
Construction finalized.
Yeah, the Verzi fleet is going to be our strongest fleet for the time being, which I'm fine with because it kind of also has to be able to defend terminal egress, which the enemies will probably always sort of beeline for in the event that I do declare war, which we will eventually. Yep, and that nanite transmuter is helping to mean I don't need to buy some more of the strategic resources. By a little bit, it's not a significant boost. Let's build another mining district. This is not a particularly great world.
Our research has progressed.
Wonderful, that'll help a lot. Let's go for more kinetic weapon. Attack speed. Yeah, that ruler is just gonna have to get himself knocked down a tier or two.
Construction finalized.
Because I can't really help him. You don't have a stronghold yet, so you get one. Let's upgrade your commercial zone. You are yet again with an unemployed person, so ship them off to Drov. And they'll fill in to help Drov produce more stuff. Drov is already at 231 trade value. It doesn't even have a galactic stock exchange. It's almost producing as much as Earth. Also, let's kick in encourage pop growth here. Some of these residential arcologies might get replaced, potentially, with foundry arcologies, but we'll see. You need a naval logistics. I don't really have a reason to upgrade any of these things to a well, you guys might be worth upgrading to citadels if piracy becomes a problem again. But I'm just sort of gonna hope it doesn't. Yeah, let's go ahead, get you a bunch of your cruisers, I assume, is what you're building. Yep. And you need a decent amount of those. But luckily they're only about 580. So they're quite a bit cheaper than a battleship. So I don't have to wait nearly as long. And you have a housing problem. Or, well, you're about to have a housing problem. So let's go ahead and replace one of your generator districts with a city district. The moats must flow. I'm by all 5. Goodbye. I'm really hoping the 1 extra enforcer is all... Ooh. Ooh, wow. But game. Crime is at 0%. How can I have a gang war going on? Well, basically it's a gang war. Violent clashes between the armed gangs that run the criminal underworld on... I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of this planet. Have recently escalated. Street fighting has erupted in several urban centers, with the planetary authorities struggling to contain it. Despite the fact that crime is at 0%, they are struggling to contain it. Collateral damage has been heavy. The situation is getting out of control. So now we lose a whole bunch of housing because of 15% devastation. It's also hurting resource output. And I believe it's supposed to be increasing the upkeep necessary. So that's annoying. But hopefully the game will decide to realize that these guys shouldn't be here anymore. You need more workers. Let's get you another agricultural district. You need a specialist. What can I do for you? Well, you also need a city district, so... Well, you housing. So let's build a city district. And I will upgrade your heritage site. Yeah, you still need the ruler. You're just gonna have to live with it. You need housing. And you need a specialist job. What can I drop for you? Well, I wouldn't mind dropping down a stronghold. But let's go ahead and... I'll upgrade your civilian fabricator. Or civilian industry to a civilian fabricator. But first, get the housing down. I mean, I could have you build a Ministry of Production, but there's literally no reason to do that because you don't have a metallurgist or artist. How are things going at Drov? Did they get down the... They did, and it mostly dealt with the crime, so we're going to go ahead and move the Hall of Judgment to the bottom of the build queue. Let's get that Ministry of Production up. That should be the last of your cruisers and a handful of destroyers. You need workers. Sure, let's get you a Galactic Stock Exchange. Okay. So we finished getting the Sentry Spire built. And the game is telling me, hey, now these guys are within your sensor range. This might be of interest to you. I mean, it's not really, if I'm being honest. But thanks anyway, I guess. And here is one of the fallen empires. Now I can see within their borders. And yeah, it would hurt to try and fight them. It really would. I'd have to use pretty much all my fleets to take a single system. So we're just sort of gonna avoid that. Upgrade you. How much do you cost? And I believe this is the final tier now. 1,000. You know what? Slight change of plans. Let's cancel that. Wait, did I read that right? No, I read that wrong. It's not 1,000, it's 10,000. Either way, that shouldn't take too long. Especially once Draw finishes building its thing. No. Sentry Aerials isn't the last tier, I believe. I think right now we're at 40 hyperlane jumps. But we needed, so I believe that is 60. And then the next one after that, I believe, is the final upgrade. I might be remembering incorrectly, but I think I'm correct. Either way, screw it, we'll just save up for that. But I am now capable of seeing most of the map. There's our extra food, and yes to the naval cap. Thank you very much. So now I can see these guys. I can actually see one of their fleets. Oh, am I looking at the wrong people? I was. Wrong system. Here's one of their fleets. It might even be their only fleet, because they are listed as inferior to me, which means they're basically at the bottom of the barrel compared to what I'm fielding. So they do have the dark matter deflectors, dark matter thrusters, dark matter reactors. It's a lot of nice stuff. It's kind of one of the reasons why we're gonna kill them. Because yeah, that's an extra 450 power, and currently we have 870 shield hit points. These are 1110. Thrusters plus 125% base speed. We are plus 70. Yeah, that's a fairly sizable increase. Currently our Munya class battleships are hanging out at 193 speed. You guys recently used your jump drive. But yeah, so you guys are a lot. You're very fast. If I'm understanding that correctly, that means you should be at 245.4. Yeah, that seems about right. But is that their only fleet? Or is that at the very least the only one that I can see on sensors? No, they have another one down here. So they do have a second fleet. But it's 22k. Yeah, they're not exactly powerful. They've extended a little too far and got in a fight with something that they probably shouldn't have gotten in a fight with. And as a result, they proceeded to lose the vast majority of their fleet. does remind me, however, now that I think about it, do I want to go ahead and get the colony ships built now? They don't have any maintenance costs, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, the game doesn't tell you maintenance costs on these, which is slightly annoying if I'm being honest, but you know what? Yeah, screw it. Okay, nope, sorry game, not science ship. Get me 4 colony ships with humans.
Construction complete.
We can easily afford the maintenance on those, and yes, they'll be sitting around doing nothing for a while, and some people will complain about that, undoubtedly. But we'll be fine. In the end, it's just to speed up plans for later. Okay, almost done with your Ministry of Production. That should increase your output of alloys. Yep, see, now you're at 4.9, which is over what Earth produces. Earth was only 4.6. And again, spend a lot of our energy credits to buy alloys, so we don't have to wait as long. And we can sell more food. So let's up selling our food to 240. I am going to go ahead and integrate you, and we'll just sort of deal with the mess later. Am I still getting benefits from that research agreement? Yes, I am.
Construction finalized.
As long as I continue to get benefits from it, I will continue to keep it. But once I stop gaining benefits, I will be getting rid of it. And turning you guys into a vassal, probably. And now we wait. So you're getting a stronghold. Somebody got resilient. Good for you, you're going to live a little longer. Oh, we never switched over to capacity boosters. Yeah, let's go and switch over to capacity boosters. Now you're going to get your Hall of Judgment up.
Construction finalized.
Yeah, you're going fairly quickly. And again, I'll just move unemployed pops to draw. Wish I could somehow automate that process, I'll admit. But that's not possible, sadly. Unemployed specialists will do as well. But I would much prefer workers. Okay, that's everybody. Well, except for the guy on Mars, because I somehow managed to miss him. So we got an unemployed specialist on Mars, that's fine. Or excuse me, on Draw. But that'll be dealt with once the Hall of Judgment gets built. That'll help to deal with the crime problem as well. And you know, once that Hall of Judgment is done, let's get another Foundry Arcology down.
Construction complete.
I am admittedly surprised that you guys actually have a military of some type beyond just troop transports, because the vast majority of these rebels only have troop transports. I don't know why you guys actually managed to field actual combat capable ships. One of our scientists just got arrested development, so that sucks. If I cared enough, I would toss them out of the job, but I don't actually care enough, so they get lucky. They get to continue working, despite the fact that they are absolutely worthless now. Let's go for the energy weapon damage. Let's upgrade your civilian foundries. No, I already have one, and I have no reason to have more than one. Let's go ahead and research that real quick.
Special inquiry concluded.
And let's go for fascinating creatures. Spend a month doing that. Technically it shouldn't even take us a month, but it does.
Construction complete.
Yeah, wow, okay, it's only 0.75 energy credits a month for a colony ship. So yeah, they're like dirt cheap. So we're not really losing anything. Okay, you guys aren't, okay, you guys are under the restorers, which is slightly annoying, I'll admit. So, do you guys have jump drives? No. At the very least, those ships don't. Check the rest of your fleet. Nope. Nope. Okay, good. Because I'm going to send my colony ships to hang out at, whoops. I'm going to send my colony ships to hang out at Akmal.
Special inquiry concluded.
So I could go for crystal infused plating, which I can get anyway by just destroying the crystalline entities, so whatever. So let's go for crystal focus, because that is a permanent plus 5% energy credits from all jobs that produce energy credits. And that'll help to cover the cost of maintaining these 4 colony ships that we have just sort of sitting around doing nothing. Yeah, it's actually 1 a month. It was 0.75 because they were in orbit of a planet that had, or a starbase rather, that had a crew quarters, which decreased the cost a little. You have an unemployed worker. Let's get you in. Honestly, the energy grid's probably not worth it. And you already have a stronghold. You know what? Let's just give you a commercial zone. Or upgrade it, rather. And upgrade that. That'll also give us some more housing. Not a whole lot. But it's something. And something is always better than nothing. Another gateway built.
Finalized.
Xeno researchers on this planet. The one where I've been hoping to get rid of the pre-sapients. Oh. We're down to only 1. They are dying. Apparently, ever so slowly. So what's this? Have published an open letter demanding that the local legislation restricting experiments on near sapient Alien species be relaxed. They make a convincing case for these scientific benefits and warn that the output of the entire scientific community on that planet will suffer unless the laws are reversed. Pretty sure this world is not really producing much. It really isn't. It's mostly only producing some because I have a gene clinic. And a little bit is produced as a result of the System Capital Complex and the 2 science director jobs. Oh, you don't actually produce any. I thought you did. Apparently I remembered wrong. I thought gene clinics did, but apparently not. So no, it's all coming from the System Capital Complex. The ethics of it all remains questionable. We'll ignore the pompous Poindexters. I don't want to straight up decrease the happiness for everybody there. I'll take the decrease to just society. It's literally 2 points. That's not going to make a significant difference. And upgrade you. I'm pretty sure this is not the last tier. I think this is the one right before the last tier that we're doing now. I mean, it still helps either way. Actually, it looks like the Verzee fleet may not actually be our strongest fleet. But we shall see. I believe, yeah, it's been ages. Yeah, that definitely was removed already. That was something way back down in 2.0.
Construction finalized.
Piracy, is it a problem anywhere? I mean, right here. I don't know how piracy is a problem in that system. For the simple fact that it's not. Or at least it shouldn't be. But it is. Because reasons. Those guys are almost done. You guys go ahead and at least enter orbit of the starbase. That's a bunch of destroyers. There we go. 411 alloys a month. It's going up ever so slowly. Let's get another foundry archaeology built. Queue up another destroyer. Honestly, I don't really need to keep the armies around because I'm not planning to use them anymore, but screw it. I'll keep them. Because I might end up with a change of plans and end up using them, but like I said, I don't really plan to. Ooh, Ravagers are coming out to attack somebody. The Laowick system, I'm not sure in the slightest where that is. I could go and use the find function to find out where it is. Presumably it's somewhere that has a planet. Yes, down here, Rebels of the Poxar Trade Association. I don't know which Poxar Trade Association, though, because there are two. Which is an annoying thing, if I'm being honest. Okay, I think you only need like one more destroyer. Maybe two. Nope, that would only be one more. Oh, we're losing some food. Let's go ahead and stop selling as much. You know, we'll drop it down by 20. Okay, game, when I press spacebar, you're supposed to pause. I understand this is a late game and you start to lag like shit, and sometimes you don't properly register key inputs. It does happen. It's rare, but it happens nonetheless. Let's go ahead and disband you. I don't care for that at all. Are these guys better than me? Just out of curiosity. 3.90 to 7.8. They are. Holy crap, what are these? These are assault armies. Just bog standard assault armies. At regular, which I believe is freshly recruited. Yes. Do you guys have like a strong trait or something? You do. So that's definitely contributing. But I don't care for those. Get rid of them. I believe you are your own fleet, or excuse me, sector. Okay, no, you can resume robot production. You need housing. Exotic gas refineries is synthetic. I'm going to, well, let's go ahead and also queue up the blocker. Clear those out. Let's get a new person in job. I don't really care who it is, just as long as they're the youngest. Oh, and I can't get to you. To get to you, I have to use a jump drive. Well, that's fine.
Transmission incoming.
Nope, don't care. Replace that hangar bay with a anchorage. Yes, I want to buy all your exotic gases. Goodbye.
Construction complete.
Yep. Ooh, somebody wants to be my vassal. The Zai cartel. No, sorry guys. I'm using you to boost my research, so I can't really have you becoming my vassal.
Our research has progressed.
Planet build speed would be nice. But here's the thing. The question is now, are we maybe possibly actually in a position to go for synthetics? That's a plus 10% to output for robots, which are all of our robots, obviously. Technically they're droids right now, and this would move them up to synthetics. I believe we're at the point where I wouldn't have to deal with the... Well, actually, I don't know. I don't think there is technically an end date for the robot rebellion that can occur. It's just one of those, it's supposed to be a mid-game crisis. It doesn't always happen, especially because it requires there to be a lot of robots. I think specifically synthetics, in fact. And if you don't have a lot of those, just as a result of the people that spawned, you're not really going to have an issue with it. I've personally never seen the robot uprising occur, for precisely that reason. I've never been lucky enough to have enough AIs that move on to synthetics and build a whole bunch and refuse to give them rights, and as a result they decide to rise up. So I've never seen the event. You know what? Yeah, I think we're at the point where we can live with a bit of a shakeup to our economy. I think we'll be okay. I say this fully expecting the everything to just go to hell very quickly as a result of this. So it's going to leave a bunch more people unemployed, but we'll deal with the problem. Food processing facilities, yes. Research institute, yes. And a research lab.
Construction complete. Construction
okay, Drov almost has another found your ecology completed.
Construction finalized.
Get you a research institute. Let's build you another city district. You're going to have a housing problem eventually. Or, well, you're pretty close to it. Especially since you're such a tiny world. You need another specialist, so let's just go ahead and upgrade your civilian industries.
Construction finalized.
You need more workers. Let's get you an upgraded stronghold. You need more workers. But you need a capital complex. You are having a crime problem. So let's go ahead and deal with that. Let's upgrade that. Upgrade you. Upgrade that. Upgrade that. And you, I can't do anything about. So I'm going to resettle you to Drov. Same with you. Because Drov is going to need the people.
Construction complete.
So 406 a month to, let's see, 456. So yeah, it's about an extra 50 each. Yeah, it's about an extra 50 each because each of these people are producing almost 5. Outside of this actually being recognized by the game as a forge world, there's really nothing I can do to up the just general production. Oh, didn't mean to click on that. Let's go ahead and just queue up 2 more. And you know what? I've got a whole bunch of unemployed specialists over here.
Construction finalized.
Do I want to do that? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to move all the unemployed specialists at our newly integrated planet to working on Drov. This is going to leave Drov with a bunch of unemployed people, but I think it'll survive. I just need the founder ecologies to be built. And now they already have specialists, so they're not going to need to take from the workers. move you. How much is it called? Okay, so I can build a matter decompressor, which will give me a decent amount of minerals. It's not a whole lot. It's only 1,000 at max, which again is not a whole lot. What do I want to do? So, I would not complain about Strategic Coordination Center. I need to check to make sure what exactly it does, since it's been a while. But I believe it helps with naval capacity, starbase capacity, defense platforms that I don't really give a crap about, and a bit of extra sublight speed. So that'd be nice. You know what? Let's go and save up the extra 1,000 for that. Now the question is, where do I want to build that? If the game will let me, I would love to build it in Seoul as well. So let's go ahead and move you over there. If the game won't let me build it in Seoul, I'll build it in Stellaris.
Construction finalized.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, because I'm not allowed to close borders to you, I'm apparently... So, to close my borders with you, I would assume I have to declare these guys my rival, which maybe I don't want to do right this second, because I don't really want to risk going to war with them when I'm not exactly in a position to do so. Okay, 1 more month. And then I can build the base for the Strategic Command Center. Okay, and your crime problem has now been dealt with. Wonderful. So game, will you let me build it here? I don't know. Well, so part of the problem I forgot. I'm currently in the middle of building another one, so I can't do this. Oh, and it has to be built around a star. I thought it was built around a planet, but clearly I'm remembering wrong. And I already have a mega structure there, so I can't do it there. So we'll have to do it in Stellaris. That's fine with me. I could go colonize Alpha Centauri 3.
Construction complete.
No reason to do so, but, you know,
complete.
I still could.
Construction complete.
You know, I think I might actually want to have a robot assembly plant here on Drov, just to help it grow. Well, you know, actually, no, it's not really necessary. Drov is going to get tons of excess population from everywhere else. So screw it, yeah, no, it's fine. You have an unemployed person, why don't you move him over to Drov for the time being? That will disable a building slot, really. So it would. Okay then, you're just gonna get stuck with an unemployed person sitting there for the foreseeable future. Galactic power surge. Instruments across the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics have suddenly picked up a subspace power surge in massive proportions coming from somewhere within our galaxy. Our scientists are struggling to come up with an explanation for this event. Nothing of it it's like has ever been recorded. The exact origin of this sudden power surge is yet to be identified, but we are still in the process of analyzing the available data. I believe this is the Unbidden. Though I could be remembering incorrectly, and it might be the Contingency. But I believe this is the Unbidden. But we will find out in the future.
Transmission incoming.
No
Discourse
defensive backs.
anticipated. Construction complete.
You know, I will let the game go until we have researched synthetics, and then we will end this part. Yes to the admin cap. Anything to help bring down our technology costs. Yep, it's the Unbidden. Now the question is where they're going to spawn. So the source of the massive power surge we detected earlier has been identified. It comes from some kind of gigantic subspace tear in the... ooh. Why does that system sound familiar? I get the feeling I looked at it at one point for some reason or another, so let's use the search function and figure out where it is. Yes, that's where it was. Yeah, I thought it was familiar. So here's the Unbidden. You know what? It's actually kind of a good thing for me where they spawned. Because they spawn right smack dab inside of the criminal syndicate that has a bunch of branch offices on my planets. So if they annihilate those guys for me, they're taking care of a problem that I have. And I won't have to deal with it now. So, you know, it's kind of a good thing. But moving back to the event, fleets of strange spacecraft are pouring out of this dimensional portal, and early reports speak of indiscriminate attacks against everyone coming into contact with them. We've intercepted a powerful signal being sent from the arriving vessels to somewhere on the other side of the portal. It sounds like a hunting call. These creatures must be studied closer.
Situation log updated.
Feeding ground reached. Prey bountiful. At long last we shall feast. What are these things? Well, we'll find out later. Because the Unbidden have arrived. And honestly, you know what? That station's easy to deal with. The dimensional portal, I think, is also easy to deal with. I've only had the Unbidden like once, and I don't think I actually finished that game because a new DLC came out at that time, and the save was obviously incompatible, and I didn't care to go back and continue. Which is usually the case for me. So, okay, yeah, the Verzi fleet did not quite manage to make it to being our most powerful fleet. Oh, and now they open their borders to me. They said, oh shit, maybe you'll help us. No, I'm not going to help you. I want you to be eliminated. Because then your branch offices will be all destroyed and you won't be causing a crime problem in my worlds anymore. Which will help me out immensely. So these guys are running around with a whole bunch of large matter disintegrators and psionic shields and side jump drives. Not a big fan of them having side jump drives, I'm being honest with you. So the large matter disintegrators, they don't do a lot of damage against shields. They do bonus damage against armor and hull. So presumably a good way to help protect yourself against the Unbidden is to stack a bunch of shields, because they do less damage against that. As for them, they use solely shields. They don't have any armor whatsoever, so if you have anything that allows you to punch through shields quickly or maybe even ignore them outright, that's sort of going to be what your go-to. So question is, are our fleets set up to be able to combat them? Well, we have kinetic artillery, which has plus 100% damage against shields, so that's their primary means of defense, so there we go. They don't have any armor, so we don't have to worry about that. The fact that our weapons here have minus 50% armor damage, and we also have plus 25% hull damage on them. Of course, to fight the Unbidden, I will want to replace our Tachyon Lances with Giga Cannons, so that we actually get the bonus shield damage. And I might make that change now, potentially, we shall see. We do have some medium null void beams, well, just general null void beams, some medium, some smalls, which will allow us to punch through the shields a little bit faster. I would have to do the math, but I will admit that I think plus 400% of 6 to 16 is probably less than plus 100% of 195 to 585. Although I should probably be more comparing it to other things that I can put on these slots. So, yeah. Honestly, the medium null void beams probably aren't really worth keeping. I should probably replace them with Gauss cannons. Yeah, you know what? I probably should. Except I don't quite have the power, apparently. Really? Interesting. Didn't expect that. I'm not using... Well, I am technically still using Corvettes, so screw it. Let's go and upgrade our Corvettes. Okay, you know, you guys are using Swarm. So, maybe Ripper autocannons are better. You are Picket, so Ripper autocannons would be just barely within range. Yeah, no, we'll go over Gauss. Thank you very much. Yeah, I cannot replace you with anything without replacing a shield or a shield capacitor. Which kind of sucks, because I don't really want to do that. But I guess I'll have to. And you'll get to stay as you are. So currently our ships, or our fleets, are not going to be set up for fighting specifically the Unbidden. We'll sort of move to that as time goes on.
Together we will build a brighter future.
And Stormfire autocannons is probably a good idea. Yeah, let's get those. So now we're going to have a shake-up to our economy occurring in a moment. So how are you all doing? Ah, and we have been reminded about the limbo chain from much earlier in this series. Following the recent advancements in the field of robotics, the scientific community on Earth is confident that we can produce synthetic bodies sophisticated enough to support a higher neurological consciousness. We could upload the neural patterns that we recovered from the alien vault discovered some time ago. Some time ago, by that we mean a couple hundred years ago, into robots and bring the aliens back to life. It's worth a
Ship
try.
log updated.
Do it. And that's 1 month, yes, screw it, we'll let it go. We'll end this once that is done. Or once our fleets are done
Station
upgrading, rather.
inquiry concluded.
After many trials, the engineering department has finally managed to transfer the extinct aliens' neural scans to robotic bodies, and the results are exhilarating. The ancient aliens have fully regained consciousness and have expressed a desire to join our empire, requesting our permission to colonize a new planet within our borders. We would be honored. Which means they could go and colonize a random planet. It may not be a good planet, which is kind of the annoying thing with them. Now I need a new governor. Also slightly annoying. So now we have some awoken. So mechanical. I don't think they have anything real special about them. They're literally just robots, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we get 3 of them. Okay, but one's unemployed. How about a city district? And yeah, you guys don't show up here, do you? I'm pretty sure you don't. Because I'm pretty sure you are indeed literally just the robots. Yep. You are literally just robots. So unless I build you guys a... So in theory, could say you build Awoken. You could. There is literally no reason for me to do that because they have nothing benefiting them. If they had some special trait or something to make up for it, then sure, but they don't. And our props should be moving over to synthetics. Oh wow, our food production skyrocketed. What the hell happened there? I don't know what happened to our food production. But yeah, it just skyrocketed for some reason. Let's kick to selling an even 300. Our mineral production isn't doing as hot though. I wish I could tell what robot you're building, but they're all just called robots, and I didn't bother giving them any unique names, so I don't know which ones you're building. But I will say this. I only want you to build the ones that I have.
Situation log updated.
I don't know why these guys are not considered a subspecies of my robots. But I'm gonna have to deal with that issue.
Ships upgraded.
Okay, you guys finished upgrading. Wonderful, you are now at 79.6, still not quite great. The Unbidden have yet to expand out.
Inquiry concluded.
Yeah, capital buildings and housing buildings provide 1 extra housing because of impressive architecture. Because somehow that makes sense, but whatever. Yeah, that's going to make them a pain in the ass to punch through. Now, question is, are you guys going to ever actually move out? Because you're sitting on a decent amount of stuff that you could fairly easily wreak havoc within the Niteka monopoly. It's not like anybody in the neighborhood's really able to resist you.
Transmission incoming. Discourse anticipated.
But whatever. Game doesn't want to do anything about that. That's fine. Yeah, see, like I said, shake up to our economy. We're now making less than 1,000 energy credits a month. Oh yes, we've been hurting for influence, so we haven't really been able to do any of this stuff for a while now. Let's drop down a research grant for a little bit extra research speed.
Transmission incoming. Discourse anticipated.
What can you offer me? 40 living metal. I'll deal with that later. 40 living metal. I don't think just having living metal does anything for you. In exchange, you want 15 Zro. Well, I'm not really using Zro, so sure. But like I said, I'm pretty sure having living metal does nothing for you. Are you guys actually my pirates or no? No, you're not my actual pirates. You just, for whatever reason, spawned in my borders. You didn't even spawn an actual pirate base. Because you're not my pirates. Oh no, now you spawned a pirate base. I didn't realize you had to wait until you managed to take out the station to cause problems like that, but apparently that's the way it works. Interesting. Never really knew that. Probably because I never paid attention.
Well, that will set quotas back.
Not really.
Mining operation lost.
We'll be fine. It's not really going to set anything back.
Discourse
nope.
anticipated.
Don't care to be a part of your federation.
Mining operation lost. Well, that will set quotas back.
Contraband. It's a bunch of alloys, but apparently it was contraband. But I'll take it, sure.
Construction finalized.
Wow, that was fast. They literally jumped into the system and poof, it's done. Okay, you guys head back home. You're gonna have to take the long way.
Transmission incoming.
Not interested.
Anticipated.
Not interested.
Construction finalized.
Ordered restored here. Wonderful. Means technically I shouldn't need the whole... Oh no, I still need it technically because that's still an issue there. But I can end the anti-crime thing there, which will get us back a little bit extra money. You have a crime problem, so we'll launch an anti-crime campaign. You also have a crime problem, so we'll launch one there as well. sort of forgot about that colony, I'll be honest. You still have a crime problem. You still have a criminal underworld to deal with, so until that's actually gone, I'm gonna keep the guys there. You still have a problem. Okay, well, that's gonna be it for this part. I will see you all next time. And we will actually be declaring war on the Awakened Empire next time. Because that is when I will have the time to actually fight a war. Because hopefully the stream will start on time. But nonetheless, I'll see you all next time. Quick reminder, the channel is not a part of the YouTube Partner Program, so if you enjoy the content of the channel, easiest and best way to help support it is to go and become a patron. Has the Unbidden still refused to expand? Yeah, I kind of get the feeling they're not going to expand for just stupid AI reasons. Which is annoying, because I kind of want them to. I want them to beat the crap out of that criminal syndicate. But next part, like I said, we will actually be declaring war on the Awakened Empire, the Guznoid Restorers. I mostly only care to take the stuff over here. But we'll probably just try and snatch as much stuff as we can, because why the hell not? But I will see you all next time. Okay, you guys are under the Arbiters, which are over here. Who I don't see their fleet. Interesting. Sort of getting sidetracked here, but I do not see the fleet at all of the Zumalagur Arbiters. They have a fleet, clearly, because the game lists them as still superior to me, but it is apparently nowhere to be seen. At least, not clearly. Ah, there it is. Found it. I don't know what the hell it's doing all the way down there. It's 129,000. That's another 117,000. Yeah, I can see why the game says they're superior to me. Okay. I don't know why they're not up here defending their homeland. If I was the 5th Council, I would move in and try and snatch some of these systems that aren't that well defended. That's 57k station. You should be able to somehow manage to amass more than 57,000 fleet power between the entirety of your Federation. But I guess it's the standard case of the AI likes to take care of its own land. As a result, it's sort of going to ignore the fact that if they all got together, they could deal with a lot of the stuff over here with minimal issues. But oh well. Nonetheless, that'll be it for this part. Like I said, I will see you all next time, where we will actually be declaring war on the Guznoid Restorers and taking a whole bunch of territory, particularly this stuff, which is what I care about. But we'll be taking more, of course, as per usual. But until the next stream, which that's what? May something. Yeah. May 5th will probably be the next stream. I will see you all next time, but until then, a goodbye and farewell.